Hello, I hope you all are well. Today we are going to spend time going shopping for spring and prepping our home for springtime. I truly love this time of year. It is full of so many blooms and beauty, and I love all of the seasons for their own special qualities, but springtime, I'm ready to admit that springtime is my absolute favorite. It's just so fresh, and it just feels full of newness and hope and color. I just really enjoy it. Besides my really intense seasonal spring allergies I get if I sound a little stuffy. Currently dealing with that. The allergy pollen count is very high in my area, but it's so worth it because seeing the earth in bloom is just very inspiring to me. So I'm excited to celebrate this season together. I've been brainstorming different craft ideas and decor ideas, and I'm really excited for what we're working on. So today I want to just go out and about, sort of go on an inspiration field trip, if you will. Go to the shops, see what the shops have in store, probably go to the garden center. I want to go to the library. It's been a while since I've been to the library, so we'll do that. And I also want to give you an update on our little library that we have and show you kind of what's going on with that and any updates. And we also could spruce it up a bit. I'll put a picture of it here if you haven't seen it. I have a whole video on creating it, but we have some moss on the top, which thankfully it's staying in place. I'll show you some hacks that I've used to keep it more secure because we do get quite a bit of wind where we live, so it has, you know, wavered a little bit, but I'll show you how I've been keeping it in place. But I also want to add a bit more because it could use a little refresh, so we'll work on that and just sort of kick off the season together. I know it's a bit early, but I love to just get a head start, and I'm really looking forward to it. And in Florida, a lot of our blooms sort of come a bit early because we are such a warm climate, so it already feels like springtime here. And I already have garden updates to show you. I did a whole gardening day and made a video of that day last week, only a few days ago. And we already have updates, which is just so incredible and such an example of how beautiful springtime is and how quickly things can change for the better. So I'll show you that and we'll just get on our way. I want to go to the thrift store first. I have some items to drop off, but I'm also searching for a mirror that I'd ideally like to get secondhand because it's actually for the garden, which that'll be a whole DIY that I'm looking forward to sharing, but lots to look forward to, and let's get on our way. I didn't find a mirror, but we did end up having a bit of luck at the thrift store. And the first time I went through the shelves in the home section, I wasn't really finding anything. There were some cute things, but nothing that I really wanted to take home with me. But then I went through the shelves again before I left, and I found all of these items that I don't know if they were restocking the shelves, because there definitely were quite a bit of workers doing their thing, but I didn't notice them adding new items, but maybe they did, or sometimes you just notice different things once you go through again. So I'm thankful I had the time and I ended up looking through because I'm so excited about these finds. Ooh, sorry, that was loud. Okay, so first is this canister, which is just very sweet. I plan to just keep this on the countertop. We could keep our ginger and turmeric in here possibly, but it's got peaches on this side. I need to clean off the sticker. A butterfly, which I didn't even notice until just now. So cute. I see it on the cake. And then these cherries, and I love like the little gingham details on the top. It's just a really sweet find, perfect for spring. And then we have these mugs, these little daisy mugs. They had so many of these. They had, I think, 8 in total, but I decided I actually got 4 of them. I think I'm going to gift the other pair I got, but I was tempted to get all of them because it is so special to have a full set of something, especially for hosting. But since this is something I love to do so much, is collect different glassware, dinnerware, all of that sort of thing, I need to be mindful about not getting too much of one thing because I kind of like the mixed and match look anyways. And then I also found these Christmas mugs, which obviously we're not shopping for Christmas now, but I saw them and I just was so excited about them. They're so sweet and feminine with the pink ribbon and the little heart ornaments. I just think they're really, really adorable, and I'm so excited to use these at Christmas time, which, you know, time flies. We'll be here before we know it. And then I also found this butterfly mug, which, if you know me, you know I just absolutely adore butterflies. So this one, immediately, I knew I wanted to take that one home with me. And then the last item is this basket, which is really cute and perfect idea for spring decor because you could put a bunch of dried floral in here, dried lavender. I think I'm going to end up putting this out in the garden. One project that I'm working on is creating a potting station, an outdoor potting station on our side yard. So I'll share more details of that soon, but I think I'll end up putting that there. But this has a lot of potential for a bunch of different places. So thankful we found all of those items. And then I also went to Walgreens because I printed out this photo that I love, but it did not print correctly. It was my fault. I did not do the right measurements, but it's this cute little love cottage print, but it actually cut it off because the dimensions of this is more rectangular, but I ordered an 8x8 picture, which doesn't make sense. But I think I'm going to order it online anyways because I think a matte print will be better than the glossy print for what I'm hoping to use this for. This speaks to me. It's so charming, and the actual art, it has a little poem at the top. So I'm gonna order it online and not do the glossy print, and I'll show you that later. But the idea is to put this in our kitchen in a wicker antique frame I have in there, so we'll see. But how cute is this? I'm excited to show you the full art soon. We have made it to our final stop of the day. We are at the library, and I love to come here for many reasons, but around springtime I love to check out gardening books, and this is great for inspiration and gardening tidbits and knowledge. But these beautiful books also can serve as a decor piece. Put them on the coffee table, shelves, wherever it may be, and it kind of adds a nice spring touch, but you also get to enjoy the book. So it's a win-win, and I'm excited to see what we find today. We are home at last. Let me show you everything we picked up. I already showed you the thrift store finds, which ultimately, that's my favorite spot. We had the most luck at the thrift store today, which is really exciting. You never know what you're gonna get. And let's start with home goods. No, actually I did not go to home goods. Let's start with World Market. So they had a lot of cute stuff. Their Easter selection was adorable. So many different bits and bobs for Easter baskets, a bunch of different candy, really unique stuff. So that was fun to browse through. I got a pair of taper candles, this pretty yellow color, because I definitely want to do some DIY painted taper candles. We did that for Valentine's Day. And of course, I want to do that for spring as well. Probably put some daisies on there or something. And they actually did sell floral taper candles. I showed you they had these like pretty pressed taper candles, which were really pretty, but I think it's really fun to be able to make them yourself. So we definitely have that on the agenda for when we decorate. And then I also found these pink bunny tails, really, really cute. And one big DIY that I want to make is a front door wreath. We've been consistently making our own wreaths for the various holidays, and I absolutely want to do that for springtime, and I'm so excited about it because I definitely want to have more of a fairy-esque front door wreath, and we'll use our little twig wreath outline that we've used for all of the other seasons. I'll put a picture of it. I always forget the name of this wreath. It has a specific name of the wreath. It's twig and sticks and I don't remember. You guys have told me so many times and I continue to forget. But anyways, more on that to come. And then I also picked up this cute little bunny basket. It's really adorable as a gift, but I was thinking we could use it as a little planter. So I'm still sitting on this. I'm still brainstorming. There's a chance I might return it or use it as a gift, but I just thought it was really precious. And they did have a few different colors. So they had a pink one, I think maybe purple or blue, I'm not sure. Okay, so that's what I picked up at World Market. And then we went over to Target. I had something to return, that pink purse I bought. If you watched the Valentine's Day video, I got this pink purse that was cute, but I didn't end up using it for any of the Valentine's Day celebrations, and I figured I wouldn't ever really use it. So I returned that, and then I looked around. I love their garden section this time of year. Oh wait, I did forget one World Market thing. I got these napkins from World Market. We usually host Easter brunch, so I'm kind of preparing for that. I'll definitely need to pick up some other items, but those napkins I thought were really classy, elegant, but also charming and playful. So love those. And then at Target, we picked up these cupcake liners. I just thought they were really, really sweet. And of course we will be doing plenty of spring baking. I like how they have little strawberries in addition to the flowers. So those are cute. I also picked up sprinkles as well. I like this color palette, the spring color palette. And this glass, what do they call it? A glass watering orb. I'm interested to try this. I've never tried one of these glass watering orbs before, but essentially you fill it with water and then you insert it into your plant's soil, and essentially once the soil becomes more dry, it releases water. It's a whole scientific phenomenon. That's very generous, but it's very interesting, and I'm especially wanting to try this when we go on our next trip. I will have friends and family coming to water my plants because in the beginning of the gardening season, you have to keep that soil moist, which reminds me, I need to go give you the garden update, but I think this might be nice for one of our indoor plants, or if it does end up working really well, I might purchase a few of them. So I thought that was interesting, and they had a lot of cool garden things. So that's what I picked up at the stores. And then the library, we found some really good finds. So as soon as I walked in, I saw this one, which just felt very serendipitous. It's called In the Name of Plants, and it says from Edinburgh to Washington, the people behind plant names. So essentially, this whole book takes you through different plants and who they're named after. So I feel like that is so interesting and just a great book to keep on the coffee table when you have guests over. They can browse through it, or whenever I'm just relaxing on the couch and I want to look through it, it'll be there. So I really like that a lot. And then the next one is really special. This is Wildflowers of Florida, and it has pictures. I love how it says with 156 photographs in full color, because that was such a novelty back in the day when this was published, which let's see when this was published. It was published in Miami, and 1908. Yeah, 1908. That's when it was published, quite some time ago. This is an old book. That doesn't seem right. Okay, it says copyright 1976, but the Library of Congress cataloging and publication data 1908. Okay, maybe it was 1908. That seems too long ago, right? I'm not sure. I'll have to look into that a bit more, but essentially it has a bunch of Florida native wildflowers with the photos and a description. So I thought that was a neat one to pick up. And our last book is this field study with meditations on a year at the herbarium. How interesting does that sound? I haven't really looked into it that much, but it perked my interest. And essentially the author, Helen, has 18 works of fiction, nonfiction, and poetry, and she has won the Writers' Trust Fiction Prize. Okay, talking about her accolades, I want to know her story. Okay, it says, in the 19th and 20th centuries, collecting and pressing plants and flowers was a popular pastime the world over. Amateur and professional collectors gathered their specimens into notebooks and cabinets, preserving them for prosperity. Whether you were a famous naturalist, a writer, or a housewife noting her backyard flowers, collecting was available to anyone. For noted poet and novelist Helen Humphreys, the herbarium, an hour from her home, becomes a quest to find connection to those nature lovers who have gone before and to consider the changes upon our world since. In this beautiful and elegant book, she pays tribute to the herbariums that are the record keepers of the often humble plants still with us and those that have been lost. Over the course of a year, she goes to the herbarium regularly. As she looks at the fragile specimens within, she considers life and loss and the importance of finding solace in the natural world around us. How lovely. Okay. Really, really fun. I'm excited about all of these books. And then the last items I purchased were from the garden center. I purchased 2 hydrangeas, which is very bold of me considering I haven't had much luck with hydrangeas in the past, but I'm hoping starting out earlier in the season will help me. And my mindset is, I know they're not going to last forever. I mean, if I planted them within the earth, they may do okay. It's just, in our warm climate, they don't fare very well. They really need a lot more shade and cool breeze and airflow. So I am going to monitor them closely, but I'm excited to show you because they're so phenomenally beautiful, and I hope to keep them on the front porch, which our front porch doesn't get full direct sunlight all day, and these do require, or they prefer partial sun, especially in Florida. It's better to not have full sun for them because they'll just wither away in the heat. So I'm gonna put them on the porch, hope for the best, watch a few videos on caring for hydrangeas in Florida, which I distinctly remember watching last year, but I definitely need a refresh. So we'll work on that, and I actually want to replant them into matching planters I have, which one of the planters currently is home to our mint plant, but I'm going to move things around so that we can make it work. So let's go ahead and do that. Actually, before we do that, let's put away our Valentine's Day decor. Also, as promised, here's an update on our little library. She's doing so well. The moss is going strong. Like I said, I would like to fill it in a little bit, especially on this side, but something that's helped keep it in place is I added these plant clips, which I use on some of our indoor plants, but this is great for keeping the moss in place because the moss does require airflow to stay healthy, so this doesn't inhibit it too much, but helps it keep it intact on the library. And here's our current stock. It changes quite frequently, but there definitely have been books that have been stuck here for a while, but here's what we have. We have some kids books. Actually, this is the only one. I should have got some at the thrift store today, but it's so fun to check it every night and see if we have any new additions. Since we haven't made our spring wreath yet, I'm gonna put this plant basket on the door for now. It's super cute. We made this years ago and it's still going strong. We have some string of bananas hanging out, pothos, some succulents, so I just have to remember to water it, but it's a cute little door arrangement for the meantime. Here are the beautiful hydrangeas we picked up. I know it'll be a bit more effort taking care of them in Florida, but I mean, the beauty, I believe, is so worth the effort, and I'm hoping that starting with them earlier in the season will give me more practice, and hopefully we'll have more cooler weather the next couple of months to sustain them. So I'm hopeful. Oh, they're just so beautiful. Okay, so I have 2 of these white plastic planters from Target. And it's nice because they actually are self-watering planters, so you can fill the bottom with water and then the roots can pull it up if it's thirsty, so that's kind of cool. And I have my mint in one of them for now, but it really doesn't need to be in this planter, so I'm just going to move the mint over to this planter. I just need to add a little bit of drainage at the bottom, so I have some little drainage pellets from IKEA that I'll put at the bottom. And then hopefully that'll work out fine. The mint isn't too high maintenance, so I'm not too concerned about it. Also, while we're here, I wanted to show you the little sprouts that are coming up at our beds along the porch. You see them? They're so cute. It's only been 4 days since I planted them, so that's very exciting. I don't know what these sprouts are because I planted such different varieties. So it's hard to say, but we also have some in this bed as well, so that's super encouraging.
Leaving Holding all my worries, I prepare for something new. Whatever it was that held me back, I'm sure it wasn't true. Holding on too long and unresolved questions hold you down. What could have been a friendly smile has turned into a frown. I'm moving on and on, on and on.
We have one last order of business before we call it a day. I saved some of these flowers that are on their last leg. I was refreshing the water in the bouquets that we have, and these are, you know, they're starting to wilt. So I want to dry them out and hopefully we can use them for decorating once they're nice and dry. So I have 2 little bundles, and I'm going to take this string, tie the string around the bottom, and then hang them upside down. Hope for the best. I've never done this before, but I love the look of hanging dried florals, so we'll give it a try, see what happens. There we have it. We'll see what happens with that, but that's a wrap on today's video. Thank you so much for joining me on this spring shopping day. I really am so looking forward to this season and all that it will bring, but I'm thankful for you. I hope you all are well, and I cannot wait to see you next. Bye.